Hello and welcome, my name is Sam and I would like to welcome you to the ZiU 9 setup tutorial from the main island depot. Before we start though, I would like to note a small change I have made in the driver settings. If you pay attention to the driving section of the settings, you will notice that I have the precise throttle mode in the inverse hold mode, which is different from the usual hold mode. This is so I can have precise throttle on at all times unless I press the F key bind to reset the throttle, or if I want to set max throttle or max braking from the very beginning. I recommend that you set it as well if you want to have a smoother driving experience, though note that you may need to have some getting used to it, as I have had myself. Now let's get started with the tutorial, shall we? Now let's click on the drive, choose our ZiU 9 Trolleybus and spawn in the main island depot. It will take approximately 15 seconds for it to spawn and us being able to take control of our Roblox avatar. However, this has taken slightly faster since there are many free slots in the depot. Let's take our toolbox from the vehicle equipment, check out the Trolleybus number, in my case it is 1017. Let's look for the Budapest liveried Trolleybus that is not set up yet. I think I do see it in the back. The service vehicle should pass right by it, and it indeed is A1017. We will enter by the windows and then we will check the Trolleybus poles first. Let's take out the pole hat wrench and two of the inserts. Now let's climb on top of the ladder, and while we do that, click on this hatch with the left mouse button, climb up ahead, and you should be able to stand on it with no issues. Now let's check the condition of the pole of the inserts. 31% demands a replacement, 34 demands as well. Let's replace them with the new inserts by holding the B key and then pressing the left mouse button to place them. Same goes for the other insert as well as the toolbox that I placed inside. Now let's close this hatch, climb down the ladder and put the poles on top of the wires in the air very well. So you raise or lower the wires by pressing the E or Q keys respectively, and then maneuver your avatar so that the insert makes contact with the wire and stays there as well. We do the same for the second pole, and after we are done with that, we will take our toolbox to the drive cab. Okay, I have now successfully wired our Trolleybus. Let's place the wrench and the inserts inside and take our toolbox by pressing the right mouse button and placing it next to our driver's seat in the driver cab. We will now take out the reverse wrench, place it on the circular notch below our driver's seat and set it into the forward position. If you do not do so, you will not be able to move forward or backwards. So let's set it to the forward position, given where the exit is from the depot. Very well. Let's sit in our driver's seat, turn on our battery below the parking brake, then power steering, control circuit, compressor and the buzzer. Now let's turn around and turn all of the breakers on, starting with the main power breaker, the fan and generator motor breaker, compressor breaker, front heater breaker, as well as the backup fan and generator motor breaker. Now that we have full power in the Trolleybus, the buzzer has stopped ringing. Let's open for all of the doors for test, but since we do not have enough pressure in the pressure loops, we have to wait a little bit. Although I can just open it manually by clicking on them with the left mouse button when the pop-up shows up with the first door, no pressure. Let's go back inside and go for our destination board container. Let's take our destination board container and go back to the Trolleybus. Okay, we now placed the destination boot container next to the driver console by holding the B key and pressing the left mouse button. Now let's left click on it and take out the destination boat normal service, open lid, place it inside, close the lid and do the same for the other placement for the destination boat next to the second doors. In the rear we have a lid which we have to open before placing the small destination boat inside. After I do that, the Trolleybus setup is pretty much complete and we are ready to exit out of the depot. We will wait for the fellow Trolleybus men to pass by us before we depart ourselves. Okay, so I will now close all of the doors by pressing the 1 key, the 2 key, and the 3 key, which closes each of the individual doors on the ZiU 9 Trolleybus of 12 meters in length. Before we depart though, we need to release the parking brake. I can directly click on the parking brake or I can press the B key. Okay, we are now ready to move forward. To move forward in with the settings that we have set at the beginning, you just need to tap the W key to move slowly on the M power setting. We will then turn left with the A key or turn right with the D key and hold the steering position by holding the shift button. After we pass this switch, we will then hold the E key to go right on the switch. Reset the control circuit by tapping the E key again and apply throttle to go left on the next switch. Follow the wire so that you do not get stranded. Pay attention to the curbs as I tend to forget at times. At low power settings it is fine to go through the crossovers and the section dividers with the applied power. However, at high power settings it will result in the main power breaker popping off. Some trolleybuses do have 2 of them, so pay that in mind. This concludes the setup for the daytime running of the ZiU 9 Trolleybus. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the Harvest Island.